長官ユナイテッドエンパイア今日は試合があったそして彼がエンパイアの応援してくれるんですよみんなブローキンケーブルポッドキャストよろしく
Welcome to the Broken Tables Arena. This is the Broken Tables Podcast, episode number 69. Giggity, I am your host, Jeffrey Vegas, here as always with our amazing co-host, King Rome, the reigning, defending Broken Predictions champion. How you doing tonight, Rome?
I'm doing excellent.
Awesome,
except for the fact that my gaming PC is broken, my brand new one. I'm so upset about it.
We'll get that thing fixed when I see you on Sunday, hopefully. So welcome everybody. This was a fantastic episode of Dynamite tonight. We got some loose ends tied up here. We got our main event for the All Out pay-per-view, solidified. So, man, this card for All Out is looking absolutely fantastic after this episode tonight. Welcome to everybody in chat. We got Coach Nick, Big T, Joseph Juha, Swan C. Let's see who else we got. Mioja, what's going on, guys? See back. Everybody, welcome. See back says that show banged. Yes, that show absolutely did. Absolutely did bang. Absolutely.
Yeah, sitting here after the show and looking at the All Out card, I just gotta say, well, Big T wants to see the shirt. Here's the shirt. It's not the new one. This is the old school one.
In
Punk
we
trust, folks. We have a fucking banger on Sunday coming up. But anyways, the point I wanted to make was, if you sit here and you're watching this Dynamite, and you're sitting here and you're not excited about All Out, like I just don't think AEW's for you. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
As disappointed as we may have been last week with the quick 3-minute match, this to me, everything was solved here. It doesn't solve the 3 minutes of last week. And I think Tony even acknowledged, he's like, hey, listen, I hear the fans. When I make a mistake, I acknowledge it and I listen to the fans. We were all a little bit pissed off that it was 3 minutes, and we could guarantee we're going to get more than 3 minutes this time. You know what I mean?
Jeff, have you ever seen Rocky 3?
I probably have, but I can't distinguish it from them. I want to say it's the one with Mr. T, though, if my memory is serving me correctly. Okay, yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, yes, you are correct. If you've seen Rocky 3, then that's what this is an underdog story, and the fact that they've built CM Punk to be the underdog in this story, it blows me away. I don't like. So last week we were talking about how disappointing the 3-minute match was. And I said there were some avenues that they could go down that could really make up for that. This is one of those avenues. This is we're gonna get into the whole CM Punk stuff tonight. But man, I'm so excited. This is the biggest match in AEW history.
Big T hit the nail on the head. He's like, definitely the shot of wrestling Viagra I needed. I'm so pumped.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited. It's All Out week. Honestly, Elevation and Dark were fucking bangers this week. If you didn't watch them, go back and watch them. There's great matches on those. Dynamite was awesome tonight. It was excellent. It's a brief notes kind of night. When the shows are really good, I end up watching it and then I forget to take notes. So like I have thoughts and notes, but like it's not, play by play analysis.
Yeah.
And yeah, Big T, I agree with you. I actually am kind of changing my stance. I don't think MJF is getting involved there. We'll talk about it though.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. All right, so we start the show off with Jon Moxley immediately making his way to the ring. I enjoyed this. I was very surprised that they started off the show with Moxley here, but yeah, this was great. They made sure to introduce him as the undisputed AEW World Champion. And Excalibur even said, keyword there, undisputed. He got a huge pop when his music hit and when he came out. But as soon as the music stopped, the crowd just turned on him immediately and started chanting CM Punk, and he got booed. Then some of the Moxley fans kind of fought back with a little bit of Moxley, but, for the most part, he was starting to get booed there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this was clearly it's Chicago. It's a pro-Punk crowd, and I think that the people that chanted Mox are those people that bought those 3 show packages for All Out and traveled in from out of town.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because that's how AEW sells these pay-per-view week shows. They have the Dynamite, the Rampage, and the pay-per-view all live in the same town. They sell them as 3 combo packs. And yeah, that was clearly what those people were there. Those were the Mox guys who, they're in town for the pay-per-view because people do travel for these things. We might do that in November. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
But yeah, this was a very pro-Punk crowd, and I think they knew they were going to get that. As soon as that music died down, I knew it was going to turn, and it absolutely did turn.
Yeah. Miyaja, we'll get back to that later when that comes up. Hold that thought. That's a really good idea there.
I actually thought about that too, but I don't think they're doing that.
No, that wouldn't be enough of a surprise for me, but we'll get to that.
Right, yeah.
So Moxley absolutely rips Punk apart in this promo. Man, it was borderline, seeming like he was talking for real. It was, they're definitely blurring the lines. I think AEW is really trying to make it a point to blur the lines between real life and the wrestling world. And they're doing a really good job with it right now, man. Like that, I thought Moxley was actually like going off script and saying some shit that he shouldn't have a little bit here. This was wild.
It's called creative freedom. It's called taking, like, it's not a full-blown shoot, but there is somewhere there is that thought that like these things are, to an extent, that's how some people feel, and they're taking it and they're running with it, and it leads to really good television.
Pete, I don't necessarily agree with that. All Out's not really one of their I don't want to call it like their WrestleMania or anything, so I don't know if I would say that. This show felt like it was made for, kind of made for Punk at the moment, but the injury messed things up. I wouldn't say that for sure.
We'll get into MJF. Trust me.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about it.
All right, so Mox essentially says, I got a contract here already signed for whoever wants to step up for the AEW title match. He drops the contract in the middle of the ring and he walks out. And we had Ace Steel come out and pick up the contract and walk back to the back. Now, I was going to ask you a quick question. Let me ask you a quick question. Were you aware that Ace was CM Punk's lifelong trainer?
Yes.
Okay, I did not know that. So I was very glad that later on what happened. So this was fantastic. Because it caught me completely off guard. I was like, who's this guy? I was like,
originally what I thought they were going to do was I thought, like, at this point, I'm thinking, like, it's either Punk or MJF leading Punk. The reason being, I wrote it in my notes because I didn't, I know that they were going to do another segment in the show, but I'm like, oh, is that Ace Steel? And I looked it up real quick. I was like, okay, yeah, that is Ace Steel. Yeah, he trained CM Punk. I knew that much. So I'm like, oh, okay, he's getting the contract for Punk.
Okay.
But so I just, again, I think the booking of this week, you want to talk about maximizing television, man. Like the amount of stuff that they got done this week in this feud, like I'm shocked at how far we got in the minuscule time that they were given. I mean, they ended up getting like a good 30 minutes on this show in total, but still, the amount that they got done tonight is extremely impressive. Big T, he did drop the F-bomb. I
Yes,
did
he
hear that.
did.
Okay, I want to make sure because I was like, did he just say you fucking like okay, he did then. All right. Well, I'm glad that I wasn't the only one that heard that.
Yeah, I think they missed the bleep button there. I think someone in the truck was supposed to catch it and they did not.
Man, we're live, pal, you know. But anyways, I really liked again just the amount they got done, and you have Mox just really burying Punk here again, really building that underdog story, talking about how like last week we learned what CM Punk was made of, that he's not your boy's not who you thought he was. He doesn't have it in any tangible way, ability, heart, soul, brains, mind, like he's doing something that a lot of wrestlers don't like, where like he's kind of like completely burying Punk, and like that was the whole thing with Sammy and Eddie, where Eddie felt Sammy buried him too much, that it kind of devalued the whole point of it. But Mox went for it here. He was just completely like, CM Punk is worthless. He's not
Yeah.
what he's meant to be here. But you know what? Honestly, it's exactly what it needed to be. It was intense, like you said. You felt like sometimes he was going off the script and shooting a little bit.
Yeah, now Juan hit the nail on the head here for Ace. The first time we saw Ace tonight, he was a random NPC for me. Like, that's a perfect way to put it. And I was actually glad that they didn't tell us who he was right there, because we would have figured it out right there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I was
Yeah,
kind of like,
that was
what's this guy going to do with the contract? Is he going to give it to MJF or somebody else backstage? You know, like, if I had known that that was Punk's trainer, it would have ruined that little bit of a surprise later for me that happened. Because that moment that happened later was just absolutely incredible. You know, we'll get to that, but that was
that's
fantastic.
the beauty of it, because it's like if you're a CM Punk diehard and you know these things and you recognize these things, you're kind of like, oh, okay, all right. Well, I'm a fan of CM Punk, and my knowledge of CM Punk is being rewarded here. Like, and it's fucking beautiful. It's on levels. If you don't know who like Ace Steel is, that's fine. You don't need to know who Ace Steel is. You're gonna find out. But like when you're first watching it, like again, I wasn't like 100% right away. I'm like, I think that's Ace Steel.
Yeah.
And then I Googled it real quick and I was like, okay, that is Ace Steel. But I was like, yeah, exactly. Like Big T popped phrase. Like when Ace came out and I verified in my mind as he's like grabbing the contract, I like Googled Ace Steel, and then like I was like, okay, yeah, I'm right. Okay, it is him.
Yep.
And I'm just like, all right, let's fucking go. Like this is like, it's gonna be Punk and Mox. This was I absolutely love this segment. This was the first of quite a few perfect segments. I loved Mox just kind of, like you said, he has the contract. He's like, I'm leaving in the middle of the ring. I thought originally, before Ace Steel came out, I was like, oh, are they just gonna have MJF like jump through the crowd? Like that was my thought process. I was like, okay, this is a really smart way for it to be MJF if it was MJF, because like you could say like, he's not backstage and he doesn't have to win a match to get a world title shot. He just has to like get to the ring first and grab the contract. I was like, that could be a really smart way to do it. It's not the way they did it, but it, again, it was a really well done segment, because you're kind of figuring it out as you go, and you know what I mean? Like it wasn't predictable.
Yeah, and that's why I like what Mia just said there. He thinks he grabbed the contract so people wouldn't jump in and steal it. I was thinking the same thing. Like it was a manager from the back all pissed off. Like, God damn it, I'm just going to go grab this real quick. And then we'll figure something out. You know, that's kind of where I was leaning with it as well. Trav Rock squish match when Punk looked back. Yeah, when he looked back, he was looking at the crowd, I believe, for cheering for Moxley. I think, that was that first heel turn we were getting. All right, so after this, we had a Chris Jericho promo on Bryan Danielson, and Daniel Garcia comes out to swear his allegiance to the JAS, the Jericho Appreciation Society, and he tells Jericho, look, man, you don't need to cheat. All you need to do is be the best Chris Jericho that you can be, and you can beat Bryan Danielson, which I think is incorrect, by the way, but nonetheless. That was a really, really, really good promo here. I really liked the advancement of this storyline with Danielson and Jericho, and keeping Garcia involved in this is really good.
Yeah, I really enjoy, again, kind of the duality here, where you have Garcia saying, Jericho, I'm with you, man, but you don't need to cheat because you could beat Danielson clean. And Jericho kind of followed. He's like, yeah, and you're great too, but all's fair in romance and wrestling. And I'm like, yeah, so you're going to cheat then. You have Daniel Garcia being like, you don't need to cheat. You're the man. And he's like, sure, kid. I'm a cheat. I loved it.
Yeah. And like Juan says, that's definitely some babyface promo work by Garcia. Garcia's definitely been a babyface for the past 2 weeks here. So, sports entertainment, though. Never let him fool you. He could turn on you in a moment's notice like a snake. So, all right. Next up was Bryan Danielson versus Jake Hager, actually, with Chris Jericho on commentary. This was a great match to start the show, to be honest. I've never been a massive Jake Hager fan, but sometimes when he's in there with the right people, it puts on a banger, man. Like his power mixed with Danielson's ability to work a match like that was fantastic tonight. I freaking love this match.
This is Jake Hager's best singles match ever.
Yeah.
Fight
Yeah.
me. It is. It was like, and you kind of really you hit the nail on the head there. I mean, Jake Hager's at his best when you find the right opponent for him. He's not the guy that's going to carry the match. He's not the guy that's going to go out there and put on 5-star matches, but he's the guy that you put him with the right guy, and he's part of gold. And this was like, man, every match tonight really fucking hit just about. I mean, obviously the squash match didn't coming up, but like this match was excellent. I love the shout out to the podcast. Jake Hager's got Danielson up and just fucking slams him down through the table. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But I mean, yeah, this was Jake Hager's best match, and yeah, it's what it is. Juan saying he loves Jake Hager because former amateur wrestler and includes some of that type of wrestling in his matches.
Yeah, I agree, Juan. That's why I like it too. Same with the MMA stuff he does with the elbows and the ground and pound that he does. It's funny that he calls himself undefeated in MMA, which he is. That's that is a thing, but he gets beat up and winds up winning. At the skin of his teeth. But
I mean, he wins, and that's all that matters.
Oh, that is all that matters on the paycheck. I'll tell you that much. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, welcome to everybody that is here in chat with us tonight. If you guys want to change your avatar, I did post it up there in chat. Go ahead and click on that. You can change from about 300 different avatars. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not already, everybody. You will get a cool notification on screen, and we'll shout you out. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us. It helps us out there on the old YouTube algorithm. So again, this Danielson match with Jake Hager, man, like you said, I think that was a great way to put it. This is Hager's best singles match, and I actually didn't think about that till you said it. It really is. I can't think of one that I enjoyed more than this. So kudos to Danielson for handing him his best singles match, and good job on Hager for still hanging in there, man.
Yeah.
So basically, we had a great submission battle towards the end of this match. Danielson hits an awesome Busaiku knee out of nowhere. He gets the 1, 2, 3. Of course, the Jericho Appreciation Society comes out, starts attacking Danielson. We got the Blackpool Combat Club to come out for the save. Jericho runs down with a chair, and Garcia comes out and rips the chair out of his hands and causes Jericho to take a Busaiku knee himself. So more babyface work from Daniel Garcia here. I really feel like TK is going to swerve us. I really feel like Daniel Garcia is going to flip and go back to being a sports entertainer. You know what I mean? But it looks like he's turning on Jericho a little bit. But fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So
what I think what we're going to see is not like I could see that happening where there's a swerve and Garcia doesn't join. But what I'm thinking right now is I think Jericho turns on Garcia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
I think that I don't know who wins this Sunday yet. I mean, I'm also not giving picks out beforehand because I have a title defense against a fucking loser. But it's I could see that after that match, Jericho turning on Garcia and Danielson saving Garcia. That's what I see happening.
Yeah, that's actually a good point there. I could see that as well.
Plus, if Garcia is going to go babyface route, like it makes more sense for Jericho to turn on him than, the other way around.
Yeah. All right. Next up was actually something that I enjoyed very, very much. I was not expecting this at all because I think I just mentioned it on our Rampage, Ryan Nemeth and the Wingmen were in the ring with some protest signs saying more screen time for the wingmen. And I immediately lost it. I started laughing my ass off. I love the wingman and Ryan Nemeth. I was just saying, you know, he needs some more screen time. So this was great, even though it was a absolute, you know, squash from the returning Morrissey. Morrissey the monster, man. That dude looks amazing. Super shout out to this dude Morrissey for, you know, getting himself together over these last few years and just absolutely turning himself around, man. Like, wow. The dude looks great. He's performing very well. So he comes out and he annihilates these dudes, basically all of them. Who was it that comes out but Stokely Hathaway in the middle of all this? He kind of watches it all go down, and after pretty Peter Avalon gets the fucking awesomest choke slam I think I have ever seen in my life. If you didn't see this, Morrissey holds Peter Avalon in the air for a good 5 or 6 seconds and like does the whole I see you thing to the screen before he just slams him through the damn mat, man. Oh, Jesus. This was great. And Stokely Hathaway hands him his business card. He gets the nod from Morrissey and they walk off together. Tony Schiavone comes over and asks him what's going on with the cards, and Stokely gets all physical with Tony Schiavone. What'd you think of that?
So I really enjoyed this segment. I thought this segment was a really cool way to introduce or reintroduce Morrissey to AEW. The crowd seemed to really not give a fuck.
Really?
This crowd was dead for this segment. They were just not into it, which is understandable because it was kind of out of left field. But I thought it was great. I thought that, like you said, it was nice to see the wingmen. It was kind of funny and also kind of unique that they were like picketing a little bit. Like they actually had signs. So that was kind of cool. Bringing Morrissey out was also great, and I liked him debuting before the pay-per-view because I don't know if I would have considered that a big hype moment for a pay-per-view, but for Dynamite, it was really good timing for that. It also tells you, you know, maybe we got a few surprises coming on Sunday. I mean, like he's kind of TK's got this guy debuting two shows before the pay-per-view. I don't know. But so yeah, you said Stokely comes down, and so here's the thing, right? Go to the King's Court, Jeff. So
Heading to the court.
So we've been doing this storyline with Stokely Hathaway, and he's given all these guys cards, these business cards, and you know what I mean. And AEW, something that they do that's really beautiful and really well done is their attention to detail. You know, if something's a big deal, they're going to do little things to make you realize or make you think about that maybe you won't even think about that it's a big deal. The amount of secrecy with this Stokely Hathaway thing, you got to think that something's up. So, you know, the Ass Boys, Ethan Page, Morrissey, Lee Moriarty, you know, like all these guys, he's been going and giving these cards out to and picking them up. And, you know, the fact that Tony Schiavone's like, well, what's this about? And he's like, none of your business, none of your goddamn business. There's something up to this, whether it's, you know, Stokely whispering in Ethan Page's ear or this segment where, like, if this was just a faction that was forming, they would just walk away and that would be the end of it. But the amount of secrecy here, you got to think something's up. And to go one step further, after this segment aired on Dynamite, Stokely Hathaway took to Twitter and said, "All out, I'm out," and deleted his Twitter account.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, deleted his Twitter account. At least that's what Twitter told me. I went to click on the tweet, and it was like, this tweet is no longer viewable because the author has deleted their account or something like that. I'm like, holy shit. So we have CM Punk versus Mox. That's set in stone, which again we'll get to in a little bit. I think that this group is the formation of a new group to be led by MJF. Yes, Meduja. Stokely Hathaway deleted his Twitter account. If someone wants to verify and see if maybe he brought it back or something like that, please do. That's fine. But yeah, he deleted it. as of like an hour ago, like 9:30ish. Yeah, 9:30 was around when I saw it. Maybe
That's
a little bit
crazy.
earlier, like 9:15, let's say. But yeah, he deleted his Twitter account. You said it's not there.
I
Did you?
can't see. I don't know. I don't think I follow him, so
Okay.
or I can still search though.
Yeah, good. Um, but so I think there's something to this. Me personally, I think that when AEW wants to make something a big deal, they do little things, they do little teases, they go that extra mile, attention to detail, which is what I really love about AEW. One of the many things. And this felt like that. So I do think that MJF is returning this Sunday, and I think Stokely Hathaway has something to do with him. I mean, Stokely and MJF are actually close. They actually worked together on the Indies before AEW and before Stokely was in NXT. So we'll see what happens, but and again, to an extent, in all fairness, this is me fantasy booking a little bit, but I mean, tell me when I'm saying lies. You know, they're doing little extra things to make this feel important, and maybe it is just a group,
Wait,
just another faction.
whoa. Whoa. Sorry.
Okay, you all right?
Morrissey, when he first showed up in AEW, why did he show up?
You know, you beat me to it. This was my next point. He showed up because MJF gave him a call.
MJF hired him.
Yep.
Whoa. So
I'm just
Stokely
saying.
comes out and recruits the last guy that MJF hired. Everybody that Stokely has handed a card to is what we would probably consider an underutilized
Yep.
AEW talent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's
I'm
the
just
I don't think
man.
he's the Joker either. I think he's organizing an absolute invasion at All Out.
I'm just saying, a lot of it makes a lot of sense. I do think MJF's coming back at All Out. I don't know if he's the Joker necessarily. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the Joker.
Dude.
But think about it. I mean, everything lays out, and we've been talking about it, back, for a few weeks now. I've been talking about this faction, and if I'm right about this, I'm excited that I got this one right. But yeah, man, I don't know. All I'm doing is I have puzzle pieces in front of me, and I'm putting them together, and that's what I got. So
that's gonna be amazing. But all around, this was an absolute great segment here. Love the Wingmen. I love how they're kind of like the old Job Squad from back in the day. It feels right. It feels like it makes sense in AEW. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So next up, we had a backstage interview with Will Ospreay in the locker room. We don't normally get locker room segments in AEW. I really enjoyed that, seeing some locker room there. Don Callis comes in and kind of interrupts the promo, and Don cuts his own, and it was really, really good. It was very odd to me. It was like Don Callis was really, really propping up, Will Ospreay, but of course being like, but Kenny Omega is always better. You know what I mean? But I was a little surprised that Don Callis was so nice to Ospreay in this one.
How you doing, Jeff?
Doing good, sir. How about yourself?
You think Don Callis was nice to Will Ospreay?
I thought so there. Was he not? Was he being like condescending or something? Did that go like right over my head?
He was extremely condescending. He kept calling him kid. He said, "You're going to be something someday. You haven't done anything yet." Will Ospreay is not a kid, and he's not like Don Callis is talking to him like he's some rookie, some green kid who's never done anything in his career, which we also hear more digs taken later when Kenny gets introed. But yeah, no, that was the point of this. It was very subtle shots, just like, and that's why Will Ospreay got so mad. He was just he was. It sounds like he's putting him over, but he's actually shitting on him. He's like, "You haven't done anything. You're a kid. You're gonna be something someday.
Yeah.
You're gonna do something noteworthy someday. Not today, though."
That was good.
But,
it was still good. I enjoyed it. Next up was the Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida and Toni Storm in a really, really good women's tag match here. This was essentially, you know, to pump everybody up for the 4-way women's match for the championship at All Out. I thought this was a great match. Kind of interesting that Britt Baker takes the pin from Hikaru Shida. What did you think of that?
About what I expected. I mean, I don't think Sheeta's winning the title, unfortunately. I would love for her to win the title. Big Sheeta fan.
Yeah.
But I feel like if anyone was going to get the pin here, it was going to be Sheeta. I think Sheeta is the least likely to win, unfortunately, based off just the current booking. Just kind of the direction that they're going. But we'll see. I mean, I'm excited. This could be a 4-way dance, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, I just hope that they don't do like with what you just said. The least likely to win got the pin tonight, and then the most likely to win, Britt Baker, gets the win at All Out. I just hope that's not what happened.
Wait, you think Britt Baker's the most likely to win it all
No,
out?
I mean, because she took the pin tonight, a lot of people were like, "Oh, Britt might be winning." You know what I mean? Like, I hope they don't go that direction. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. No,
We'll
if
see.
anything, I think Sheeta's taking the pin on Sunday. Once again, I'm not giving
Yeah,
a
see, look,
prediction.
Miaja right there just said, you know, does that mean Britt's winning? I seen a lot of people asking that because she took the pin tonight, but I don't think so.
Yeah, no, AEW is historically kind of they've danced around that sometimes. If they do like tag matches the week before a pay-per-view, they'll normally have like they don't do it that way. I know what you're saying. There's usually that it's a very
Yeah.
older mentality booking, but when you have like a multi-person match, you can do some things, and
Yeah.
I
And
think Sheeta picked up the win here because I think she's going to take the pin. Doesn't necessarily mean that Britt's winning.
yeah.
You know.
And unfortunately, we can't elaborate too much because we still got to do a prediction show on Friday night. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, because not only am I defending my world championship, Jeff, you have a match this weekend too. How you feeling? How are the high rollers doing? You guys prepped?
yeah, I think we're going to do all right. You know, a little tag match with Juan and myself. We'll see how we do, but been on a losing streak lately. Hope you're doing your homework there, Juan.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see Big T and the coach, you know. They're gonna wipe the floor with you
Yeah,
guys.
coach is gonna. That's not fair. It's like a cheat code. All right. So again, guys, this was a absolutely fantastic match. Hikaru Shida looked absolutely fantastic in this match. Um, this was great. If you're not pumped for that women's title match, I don't know what to tell you, but this is gonna be great. I can't wait. Um, I definitely see something happening with Jamie Hayter, but we'll get on that on my prediction show. So next up was a really good video package for Kip Sabian versus Pac. Man, I cannot freaking wait to see Kip Sabian back in the ring. My only concern here is I feel like neither guy should be losing right now. How do we go? How do we get to an end of this match where somebody actually wins? Like, let's say Pac wins. Like, I really feel like Kip shouldn't be losing his first match back, you know?
You know, I actually kind of disagree with you. I think both guys can afford a loss here. Actually, I
Okay.
completely disagree. I mean, like yeah, it kind of sucks to lose your first match back, but I again, I feel like AEW doesn't always go the predictable route in that sense, where like, all right, it's their first match back, they're gonna win. You know, see last Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, Big T saying it should be Trav Rock taking his place in the in the tag match on Sunday. Well, T, I mean the spot was yours originally. You're part of the Kingdom. That's you were originally booked in the match, but that's up to you. You know, if you want to pass it along to Trav and Trav wants to take the spot, I'll allow it as champion and leader of the King's Court.
What's that word that they use for when there's a trio that has the tag titles and they can kind of swap it
It's
around?
it's the Freebird rule.
Yeah. You guys can freebird it up, man.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyways, but so oh no, I lost my point. Oh yeah, so I think both guys can afford the loss here, but I think they both are in a strong place where they both could reasonably win this thing. It's yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good.
True, Juan. True. All right. Next up was a video package from Miro with Darby and with Darby and Sting. Actually, this was pretty good. When Darby stepped into the frame, it kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting them to do their promos together on this one here, but it was really cool to see Sting step in from one side, Darby step in from the other side. I'm pumped for this match, man. I always love to see Sting in the ring. We know he's gonna do something crazy at 73 years old now. Guy's a madman, so I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, this is a really good segment. I really love these Miro promos, and to have Darby and Sting kind of show up too. It was really cool, but it was also like, I don't know, something about it kind of gave me like an old school kind of vibe too, in a
Yeah,
good way.
yeah.
Where it was just like all three of the baby faces are just kind of like getting together, like just standing there in the hallway, like we're gonna get you guys. Sting kind of did that. I think it was Sting that did it. He just kind of walked in and was like, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." Woo!
Sting
It's
did
like-
sound like the Joker Sting in that segment, and I think it might be something to do with the mist. You know, he might be getting a little off his rocker here. It's Sting.
yeah. We'll see what happens, but yeah, this was an awesome segment. I had a blast with this.
Yeah,
You know.
same.
And then next up, whose music should hit? But Cult of Personality, CM Punk.
I wasn't ready.
So Punk
I-
comes
I-
down to the ring, and this man looks distraught. This guy looks like he's in tears. And I'm like, what are we doing here? I was like, I'm not emotionally prepared for this. Like, what's going on here? Are you actually hurt? Like, that's my thought process. Thought process is, are you still hurt? What is the deal here? And Punk starts talking, and then he does something really interesting, which we should definitely not overlook. He talks about all the plates and the screws in his foot, and he points to some fan in the crowd, and he's like, "Yeah, that's 16 more times than you've been screwed, fat ass." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, dude, I lost it. I was like, holy shit.
But you know what? This segment, we're going to talk about the rest of the segment, but this segment is a testament to the duality and just the versatility of CM Punk. It's one of the reasons why he is the best in the world. This man was in tears, turned the tears off, cursed out shit on a fan, turned the tears back on just to turn them back off and get fired up. Like, I'm sorry, but like that's goat work right there. That is perfection.
That was
in your
levels
turn.
of emotional control I don't think I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah, and this this isn't like fucking bullshit crying like Cody Rhodes, where he's just like, I'm gonna retire, guys, and then he gets fucking buried and squashed. Like, no, Punk bounced back from the tears. Like, that's worth mentioning. But so Punk talks about how he's cleared to wrestle after last week. He's 100%. The doctors are telling him you're 100%, but he says, I don't know if this 100% is good enough. He starts getting choked up. He talks about how he feels like he let everyone down. He let the fans down. He let his dog down. He let his sister down. Again, he does a great job, an excellent job at making this just feel so real, where he's just like, fuck. And he literally said, fuck. And he takes the mic down, because obviously you can't really say it on TV. Ace Steel did not get the memo. But,
Yeah.
he takes the mic down. You think he's about to sit down to drop a pipe bomb. And he doesn't. He just kind of crouches down like he's not ready for what he's about to do. At this point you're like, holy shit, like, is he about to fucking retire, like, in Chicago? Like, is this it for CM Punk?
he had me, dude. I was like, oh no. I was like, this is it. Oh no.
Yeah, it was just, he starts doing that, and then Ace Steel comes out, and he's like, what the hell, man? Like, this wasn't the plan. We talked about this in the back. Well, I don't know what happened between back there and here, but like, you need to get it together. Like, you're not just a friend, you're family, and family, you don't let family down, Punk. You haven't let these people down yet, and you're not going to let them down. Like, these are your people, you've got this. You filled an arena off a rumor. And like, in hindsight, we really can't understate that. And again, I understand that as a CM Punk guy, big bias. I don't give a fuck. He is the best in the world. He is. I'm sorry. I don't care. This guy sold out a fucking the Chicago Bulls. He sold out their arena off a fucking rumor, because the rest of that Rampage card that night was not good. Like, it was fine, but it was not sell out an arena, a big arena type card. Like,
Yeah.
and he's hyping Punk up. he's hyping me up. I start fucking like shaking. I'm like
Oh, dude, yeah.
pacing in my fucking room. And CM Punk basically he gets hyped up and he's like, you know what, we're gonna fucking do this. He marches through the crowd. This man marches through the crowd and he signs the contract in the stands with the fans.
Yeah, that was nice.
And again, like at the end of the day, he's the best. And that's fine. Like people can disagree. There are other wrestlers who are in the conversation. But like when I look back on this segment, like I don't know who else is doing this range of emotions that well, and I'm sold on fucking everything. So it's like this underdog story. Again, I talked about Rocky 3, and again, maybe this is the Philly bias because I'm a Philly guy. We really love our underdogs here in Philly, so maybe that's what it is too. I don't know, but I'm so fucking excited for this match. And that's why I said at the beginning of the show, and like it isn't just a shot at the one person in Discord who I said that to. It's really just in general. If you don't care about this match, and really just all out right now in general, then like I don't know what to tell you. Like this is perfection. This is excellence. Like okay, it's not perfection. Let me take that back a little bit. It's not perfection, but it's of the highest quality. It is excellent. Most things that this company does are excellent, and I stand by that. Perfect, not always, but at the end of the day, it's fucking excellent wrestling from an excellent promotion with an excellent main event on a fucking excellent pay-per-view card. All the shit talkers that we've heard in AEW, on Twitter and online, and all the naysayers, like just go away. Like, okay, that's great.
Nah, Juhas, that's no, not really.
I disagree. No, I disagree with that. Mox is not the underdog. I understand he's in Chicago, so he's going to be the heel, but no, he's not. He's not the underdog here. He squashed CM Punk last week.
Punk's going to be the underdog in his hometown, so it's going to be like the hometown rooting for the underdog here.
It's Rocky. It's Rocky. It's Rocky 3.
Rocky. Yeah, exactly.
It's Rocky 3. The best Rocky, but it's Rocky 3.
So, on another note, it's not what I had said, the whole Jordan losing on the road on purpose type thing, but they actually did a good job of coming up with something else that wasn't bad. So I'm okay with it. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. That's like your opinion, man. I could totally read that in like a hippie voice. That's like your opinion, man.
Yeah, but man, I'm so excited for this match and so excited for this pay-per-view. And yeah, this was excellent. This was perfect. This is a perfect promo, perfect segment. And again, I'm impressed, shocked, but also impressed with the amount of stuff that they got done in the time that they did, which a lot of people were like, oh, it's rushed. The build is so rushed here. It's like, well, I mean, CM Punk had to wait till he was clear. They probably, if you look at it, he returned 1 week. They did the promos against each other the next week. They did the match the next week. And then they did this week where it's like the bounce back leading into the pay-per-view.
I think Big T,
they had a month to build the show, and they did the return. They did they did everything spread out as best they could.
I think Big T just nailed it there. Mox is Stone Cold, Punk is Bret Hart. That's yeah.
Not a bad comparison.
All right. So I am pumped for this. I know you're pumped for this. If you're not pumped for this, I don't know what to tell you, but that definitely did it for me, man. Definitely did it for me.
Yeah, if you're not excited, like people are allowed to like what they like, right? Like that's fine. If you want to watch WWE, go ahead. If you want to watch NWA or Impact or New Japan or AEW, whatever it is, do you, as long as you're happy, cool. But like, if you're gonna sit here and pay attention to this product and have opinions about this product, and you're just like, I don't think this product's any good. I don't think this pay-per-view build's any good. I don't think this pay-per-view card is any good. Like, you probably shouldn't be watching AEW. Like, yeah.
I haven't heard anybody say the card doesn't look good. They were just, kind of looking for that main event. I think we definitely solidified it here now. And like Tony Khan said, he's trying something different. He's trying to do, hey, look, I'm not telling you what my main event is till a couple days before. you got a problem with it, just we'll figure it out. But I actually enjoy that a little bit more. Keeps us guessing
Yeah,
for a while.
again, this was such intriguing television. Watching it leading up to it, we're in the Discord, which, by the way, you should check out our Discord. We have some really cool conversations for the most part, except for this troll that's in there. Bad takes from that troll all day, every day. I ignore them most of the time. Anyways, we've been talking about how fucking must see AEW has been for weeks, months, years even. But I mean, like, especially with this world title scene, it's just like, man, what's gonna happen next? Shout out to the coach who's watching this 3 hours from now or whatever, 2 hours from now. He's he's in the Discord like, fuck, man, I don't even know what's gonna happen next, and I gotta watch. We have to watch Wednesday and see what's gonna happen. And like, yeah, and then you know what? That's excellent television. It's must see TV, but it's not Crash TV because Crash TV is not good. You don't want to have Crash TV.
Yeah.
Crash TV is just throwing your biggest shit at the wall and being like, I don't care how this affects us moving forward. We'll figure it out later. Just go and get the big rating this week.
Yeah.
Here, they don't do that. They're going to have these big matches and these big promo spikes, or rating spikes, but like there's a plan, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. Big T says, "Hi, Coach." Everyone say hi to future Coach. Hey, Coach.
What's up, Coach? Coach is in the film room. He's always in the film room.
Yeah. All right, so next up we had JR with a sit down backstage with Christian and Jungle Boy under the agreement of no violence between the two. Now I must have missed this somewhere, or maybe they were just now kind of pointing this out to us, but JR said, that way your elbow won't get any more damage there, Christian, and they pointed at his elbow. Did I miss an injury to Christian over the last couple weeks, or did we just now find that out?
Yeah, Jungle Boy injured Christian's elbow during a ringside fight.
Okay.
He was in a sling last week.
Okay, yeah, I just kind of must have not paid too much attention and missed that a little bit.
Oh man, Jeff will do that to you.
Yeah, I do like these sit-down interviews that they do with JR. JR, that's one of his strong points, I think, is those sit-down interviews he does with wrestlers over the years. I really enjoy those. Definitely like to see a few more of those going on in the future. Next up was the trios match with FTR and Wardlow versus 3 random dudes. Did they say their names? I listened and I didn't hear their names.
I missed it, but I also would like to say, because I didn't get to talk about the last segment.
Oh, okay.
It was a fucking bang. This was an excellent segment, and I loved how serious Jungle Boy came off in it. Talking about how you're not wrestling Jungle Boy, you're wrestling Jack Perry.
Yeah.
Man, again, the emotion. Sorry, I know you kind of went through it, but I wanted to give thoughts on this one too, because this was really good in my opinion. I love Jungle Boy saying, like, he didn't straight up say that he was viewing him as a father figure, but he was, he was like, he's like, I loved you and I looked up to you and I felt loved, whether you meant it or not. Like, whether you meant it or not, like, I felt that there, and I felt there was this relationship there. And maybe that wasn't the real you, and this is the real you. And Christian's like, this is the real me. I'm here to win championships and make money. I'm not here to be your friend.
Yeah.
And again, just the fucking gravity of the room, the density of the room, like you could feel it. Perfect, just a black room. Like Jungle Boy is like, you're not wrestling Jungle Boy, the Jack Perry. Like this is an excellent segment. I fucking loved it. It was just great.
Yeah, man. I'm not.
Sorry, we can move forward.
No, actually, you actually made me want to go back to it for a second. Like I've never been like super massively high on Jungle Boy. I've always enjoyed Luchasaurus more, but this could be a main event. Like this match, I feel like they've built it well enough to where like I wouldn't be upset with this being a main event somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
It's I'm excited, and Jungle Boy is this has been a really good feud for Jungle Boy because he is a pillar, and I do think he's one of those future main eventers in the company. 5 years from now, he's going to be a guy. He's going to be a world champion. You're going to see it. But this has been a really good storyline for him because it's the first time where he's not just that smiling baby face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not just there having fun and winning matches and winning gold and being a clean babyface, which is fine. You can be that clean babyface, especially if you have guys like MJF in your company. You need that balance where it's like, okay, well, MJF's a nuclear heel, so you need a paradigm of clean babyfacery, if that makes sense. But yeah, this was a really awesome segment, and you kind of sped through it. I was like looking at my notes, waiting for my chance to go, and you were like, "All right, next up," and I was like, "Wait a second,
I don't know why I sped through it there.
go back,
I didn't give it
We gotta
enough.
back up here."
But quick question for you,
Oh.
because the wife even asked when he said, you're not wrestling Jungle Boy, you're wrestling Jack Perry. You think he's gonna shed the Jungle Boy name sometime soon, or was that just gonna be for this match because it's gonna be like a fight?
I don't know exactly. I mean, so JR has teased multiple times over the years, the 3 years that AEW's been a thing. He calls him Jungle Boy Jack Perry and treats Jungle Boy like Stone Cold, like that nickname. So you know what? I think someday we're going to see him as being Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I think that's what they kind of call him right now, and I know Excalibur likes to say it once in a while.
Yeah, I think they're teasing that. I think
Yeah.
that's the plan.
Yeah. Juan says Jungle Boy reminds him of Kofi Kingston.
He's just trolling. Don't
Yeah,
even,
he's
don't
just-
feed the trolls, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't really
feed the
see that
trolls.
one. It's maybe just the crazy hair or something. I don't know. Yeah, no. All right, next up was the trios match. FTR and Wardlow versus random, not even sure if it was local talent. But all three of these dudes were like big and buff. They all definitely looked good, but I didn't catch any names, and they got squashed real quick. Wardlow absolutely destroyed the first guy. FTR destroyed the other two with a big rig. And then one of the guys took a powerbomb symphony, and that was that. 1, 2, 3. So that was kind of cool. I'm not sure where they're going with this. I guess they're going with Trust Busters, right? But do you think it's going to go anywhere beyond that, or are they just doing it for now?
Sorry, what about the Trustbusters?
FTR and Wardlow are going to face the Trustbusters, right? Because I saw
No.
Sanjay Dutt was taking notes during the match, so I'm assuming that's where they're going to go with this.
What do the Trustbusters have to do with Sanjay Dutt?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Sanjay Lethal and Satnam Singh. I don't know why I was calling him part of the Trustbusters there. My fault.
Okay, you completely lost me.
Yeah,
So
that
what
was
do you think?
my fault. My fault. I confused
like-
those guys there.
I thought did I
No.
black out for a second? I was hearing you, I was listening, I was looking at my notes, and I'm looking at my notes and I'm listening to you, and then you say Trustbusters, and I'm like, did I stop listening to Jeff for 10
Yeah, I don't know where my brain went on
you
that
asked
one,
me
but yeah.
what do you think about the Trustbusters? And I'm like, Jeff, I don't know what's going on.
So
You completely derailed it.
yeah. So after the whole
man.
Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal thing with FTR and Wardlow, do you think it's going to go anywhere beyond that with Wardlow, or are they going to break off,
I think that they're going to do this trios match with Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns, and then after that, we're gonna see Wardlow and Satnam Singh go for the TNT title.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know. I feel like that's the match they're building to here, and they haven't done it yet. And Satnam's not in the match at the pay-per-view, which that's where I believe that maybe afterwards we see a match.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. And next up, Jon Moxley comes back out, and I thought we were going to get another brawl like we did a couple of weeks ago, but he basically just comes
No.
out and he says, I accept your match. Let's do this. And did you notice that he went to start talking again on the mic, but his music started, and he kind of just threw the microphone and started cursing and ranting and raving?
No, I didn't notice that, but I mean, it could have just been him just working.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought this was perfect. I think that this was exactly what it needed to be. I thought it was great to have Mox come out tonight. I mean, obviously he has to come out tonight because the pay-per-view Sunday, unless he comes out on Friday, which I think that this works way better having him come out tonight. And he just says, I accept your challenge, and you're gonna get Jon Moxley. You're gonna get the violence and the bloodshed and the wrestling. You're gonna get it. and you're gonna, you're gonna get what you asked for, and it's not gonna be good for you.
Ooh, Trav Rock's got a good one there. Maybe FTR and Wardlow join Punk as a faction to take on MJF and his new faction. Woof. Leading
We'll
up
get
to
into
Grand
it.
Slam.
I do have a theory. But we'll see what happens.
Dude, if that happens and it all culminates to Grand Slam, you know how upset we will probably be that we didn't get those tickets.
No, it'll be okay because we're gonna be at the Fallout show.
Yeah.
After Grand Slam.
True.
So any big things that happen at Grand Slam, we'll get the aftershock of it. So it's fine.
That would be absolutely great though. Like, oh geez, that'd be great. All right, next up, we had a backstage segment with Evil Uno and 10 from the Dark Order. 10 was obviously in some crutches. He had some wrap on his knee. They were advising us that Evil Uno was going to be taking his place in the trios match when Andrade El Idolo shows up with Roosh. And this was a little interesting here. They beat the ever-living tar out of Evil Uno with 10's crutches. And immediately, I think we were all supposed to figure out what was about to happen here. So we are going to get Hangman in the trios with the Dark Order.
So just a few little thoughts about this segment, right? So, number one, I loved it. I thought it was excellent. And not just because I fucking hate the Dark Order. I was like watching this and I'm like, yeah, that's right. Hit him. Hit Uno. Fuck him up. But no. I loved how brutal it was. I love that they used a stun gun on 10. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, okay, so it made it look like they used it on him, but he was using it like a threat because 10 didn't do any sort of he didn't sell it at all. I think he was just kind of backing him off with it, which I've actually seen in real life. That shit was crazy.
It's still really good. It still really adds to it that, of course, Jose would have a stun gun because Jose can't really defend himself. So he's got like a little stun gun. He's like,
yeah. Thomas Brooks says when Mox was walking up the ramp, he was cursing, saying something about his music cut off. Yeah, he was ranting and raving about something. Trav, who didn't know Paige was joining him? Nobody. I think we all knew it was coming. It was obvious, but we were definitely wondering how they were going to get there.
Now, here's another thing. Andrade says something to Evil Uno. Did you catch what he said to him?
What did he say?
So he offers him this money, offers him a contract. He said, the Dark Order used to have all this power. What happened? What happened to them? And I'm like, huh.
Indeed. What happened?
What indeed, Andrade? What indeed happened to the Dark Order? I don't know. I think we maybe that was a little tease. Maybe that was a little sprinkle in, you know what I mean?
Could be. They definitely like to do that if you've been watching over the years. They definitely throw hints to stuff in the future, even if it's far away. So we shall see.
Don't worry. Meduja was hoping that it would be Wyndham. Don't worry. I don't think that the window's closed there yet.
So Juan, you don't get why their names are numbers. So originally it was Evil Uno that was supposed to be the leader. You know what I mean? So he's always been called Evil Uno. So once he got a faction, Stu was called Stu Dos, which is 2. And then Alan 5 Angels. It just they just went with the numbers because of Evil Uno.
No, it wasn't just that. The Dark Order, they were kind of like a cult, and Brody Lee numbered them.
Yes.
Which, like, you're not wrong, Jeff, but there's more to it than they just rolled with it because he was Uno. They all had numbers because Brody Lee would give them numbers once they were in the Dark Order. Uno was Uno, obviously. Yeah. Stu was Dos. They had like some enhancement guy originally as number 3 and number 4. There was like 2 guys, but they didn't last. That was like really early in the Dark Order. Anna Jay was 99, the Queen Slayer. That's why -1 is -1. Yeah. Brody, I believe, was always just kind of considered 0 because he's like the leader. Yeah. But yeah, man, this stuff, you got to follow the storylines. You know what I mean? Like, God.
I mean, he's just trying to crack a joke, but you know.
Well, he doesn't do a very good job of them.
Yeah. Next up was an absolute banger of a 4-way match that was supposed to get you hyped up for this casino battle royale, and holy shit, did it. We got Dante Martin versus Roosh versus Ray Phoenix versus Wheeler Yuta. And man, if you guys go back and watch one of these matches tonight, I mean, obviously the main event as well, but you got to see this match. This match was incredible. I can't wait to see this ladder match. Oh, Jesus, this is going to be insane.
I mean, yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier when I said pretty much every match tonight, minus the squash match, was really awesome and really special. This was a fucking banger of a four-way dance. This was
so good.
This was excellent. This was intense. It was explosive. Like, all these guys in here, just they really killed it. And like, yeah, like you said, I'm really excited for this ladder match. You know, again, if you're not excited for this ladder match, like, do you even have a pulse? Like,
yeah, for real. And
you just like wake up.
I was glad to see Roosh in the ring with these three guys because I was like, all right, I've seen Roosh a few times now. I want to see if he can hang in like a singles capacity with guys like of this caliber. And he looked great. I thought Roosh was fantastic here.
He wrestled Mox 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to see more. I've only seen him in one or two matches, and I was just like, I want to see more Roosh, and I was very happy with what he did tonight. It was great.
Okay, fair enough.
Was your avatar removed? It'll go away if you leave the pod for a while or something. I don't know. I didn't do anything to it. But man, Dante and Phoenix together in the ring is just absolute magic. Give it to me. I'll take it every week. In some form or shape, give it to me. It was great. It's always great. Again, Wheeler Yuta pulls out the win in this match using the seatbelt that Chucky T taught him. I'm wondering how long they're going to run with this, where he's winning with this move that wasn't taught by the Blackpool Combat Club. This was taught by Chucky T.
Dude, I love this pin so much because it's such a smart looking pin.
Yeah.
You do the kind of the flip over and you go for the pin, you put his shoulders down, but you hook the leg too. And like, man, I really like that pin. That's a smart pin. And you know what I mean? Like, in the kayfabe, it's such a smart, well thought out thing, because if you hold his leg, how is he kicking his shoulders out? And like,
yeah.
So good. What a good move,
Yeah. And it almost looks, I hope one day he turns that into some sort of submission where, like, if someone kicks out, I hope he's able to instantly turn that into a submission of some sort, because it already almost looks like a submission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could probably turn it into an ankle lock if he wanted.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing match. If somehow they have this on YouTube or if you DVR'd this, definitely go back to watch this match. It was incredible. Absolutely fantastic. Next up was the confirmation that we were pretty much all, already knew, but it was Hangman announcing that he would be their third for the trios match. And, who was it that said Hangman looked a little bit off? Let's see here. Someone said it, that he looked a little off while he was saying this promo. I thought so too, but it felt to me like he was kind of like, yeah, I'm going to be the third, and I know I'm going to have to face Kenny and the Bucks. Like, it was like he knew what was about to happen. You know what I mean? So that's the way that I took that. I don't think he was being like weird, but, he was definitely knowing that he might regret this decision.
Yeah, I think that there's a story to be told there, and we'll talk about it
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
Friday. Make sure you check out our prediction show on Friday. We'll be back here live following Rampage, talking about Rampage, but also doing our prediction show for All Out. Again, just a reminder to, make sure everybody knows I will be defending my Broken Predictions Championship. It is a title that I have won and held on to for a very long time. What's it been? Since March?
Yeah, man.
February? March? Something like that. I'll be defending my title against Forrest, which, I'm taking this very seriously, but, the dude's still a loser. He wants to play, we're going to play. So, but also,
should be an excellent match.
You will be in a tag team match, a tag team predictions match. You and Juan are teaming up against the King's Court. I believed it was Coach and Big T, but it might be Coach and Trav. We need to figure that out before Friday.
Looks like Trav might be joining them ringside from last I heard.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We will figure it out.
When can I challenge you? We shall see,
You're gonna have
Juhas. We shall
you're gonna have to
see.
put some wins under your belt, Juhas. So we'll have to see what we can do. You're gonna have to get ranked. You know.
Yep, yep.
You got to start with Glass Joe over here, talking about Jeff. Got to start somewhere.
All right, next up was the main event. United Empire, Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus the Elite, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And man, so nice to get Kenny Omega's entrance once again. I just absolutely love Kenny Omega's entrance. It's fantastic. His music is great. And I loved Justin Roberts in this entrance here, how he said everything was, and it was better than Will Ospreay. And, you know, he has more titles than Will Ospreay, and he has more this than Will Ospreay. It was just so good, man. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was excellent. It was so good. Just it constantly shitting on Will Ospreay.
Yeah. So this match, oh my God. Ospreay and Kenny Omega start in the ring, which was the last two that I thought were gonna start in the ring. And man, they did not disappoint. They kicked the crap out of each other for a few minutes. I think I wrote down here, holy shit is the only way to describe this match. And the crowd was chanting it for half the match. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, man, this got a fight forever chant, a very well deserved fight forever chant. You know, I want to point something out real quick, and it's like it's totally not important, but we weren't doing the podcast back last time when this was a thing. So I love the gimmick that Michael Nakazawa has.
Yeah.
Have you ever realized what it is?
He's like one of the backstage guys that talks in your ear.
So close, but not quite. So when Kenny turned heel, Michael Nakazawa started dressing like this, like an AEW backstage guy, the polo, khakis, headset. It is a knock on Cody and QT Marshall. So when AEW first started, QT was like Cody's guy, and QT would come out like that with the polo and the khakis because he was just a backstage trainer, and he would have the headset on. So technically, and this is the other thing that's really cool, is he doesn't go by Michael Nakazawa right now. He goes by MT Nakazawa, which is, you know, QT Marshall. It's totally not a big deal.
Makes
But
sense,
it's
though.
it's like a little thing that I've always just really enjoyed. And we weren't doing the show last time that, you know, Kenny was around, so, you know, just wanted to kind of push that out there, and I really like it. It's really cool.
Oh, Mio just says he was so sick he needs to rewatch it because he couldn't pay attention. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Hope you feel better.
Oh, damn, that sucks. Yeah, this was glad you recorded it if you did, because this was excellent. This is an excellent match.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing match. If you didn't get to see this one, I definitely recommend going back to watch this one. Who else misses the Nakazawa baby oil gimmick? I do not. I definitely do not. It was funny. It was funny. But yeah, this was a absolutely great match. Kenny Omega hits an awesome V-trigger on Fletcher, picks him up for the one-winged angel, gets the 1, 2, 3. Just absolutely incredible match. Especially the final sequence was just, you know, move, move, move from everybody. We had a shooting star press by Ospreay into a pile driver on, I think it was Matt Jackson, who actually kicked out at 2.99999. And this was incredible. So yeah, that was Dynamite tonight. We had an absolutely great episode. I'm very glad we bounced back from last week's slight disappointment, you know, in the Punk Mock stuff there. Great build here for the pay-per-view. I'm very hype. I hope you guys are as well. What do we have in preparations for Rampage? Which is live, by the way, guys. Live Rampage. Yes.
Yep. Pay-per-view week, so, you know, they got to do that. Which always really enjoy it. Big T asking, so who gets Joe? Who gets Joe? Was Samoa Joe?
He means Juhas. Juhas is an IRL friend of mine, so that is
he's talking about Juhas.
Auto de facto to my team.
Oh, I don't know about that. We'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe Juhas wants to roll alone. You know what I mean? You never know.
He might, yeah. I think he had his own faction name he came up with, but we shall see.
Okay. Anyways, so this Friday on Rampage, we have the other semifinal for the trios tournament. We have Hangman Page and the Dark Order versus Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. That's gonna be really good. Hangman versus Orange Cassidy. Yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome. Juhas is a real boy. We will hear from Swerve in Our Glory and the Acclaimed.
Can't wait for that match. Woof.
I know. Again, I don't know what else to tell you. If you're not excited for this card, like just I don't know. I don't know. QT Marshall versus Ricky Starks. Mark Henry will have a sit-down interview with TBS champion Jade Cargill and Athena. We will also have a mixed tag team match for the... I don't know if it's for the mixed tag team champions, AAA. I'm not sure. But they're wearing the belts in their card. Huh?
Was it for the title last time?
No, it wasn't last time, but I don't know. They're having a rematch. So Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello versus Ortiz and Ruby Soho. So maybe it is for the titles this time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Announced for Dynamite next week, we have the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Wheeler Yuta will defend against Daniel Garcia. Going into All Out, 0 Hour. So basically, they're not doing the buy-in this time. They're doing the 0 Hour, which is going to basically be, instead of a pre-show, it's more of an extension of the card, a free hour of wrestling. So, fuck yeah. First match for the 0 Hour, we have Tomohiro Ishii versus Eddie Kingston. This is a rematch from a New Japan match that these two had. The AEW All-Atlantic Championship will be on the line when Pac defends against Kip Sabian.
That's
And
gonna be a banger.
FTW Championship will also be on the line as Hook defends his title against Cool Hand Angelo Parker. Moving on to the main card of All Out, we have the American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus the Lionheart Chris Jericho. We have the AEW Interim Women's World Championship, Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker DMD versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida. We have the House of Black versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. The TBS Championship will be on the line with Jade Cargill and Athena. Jungle Boy will face Christian Cage in a grudge match. We have a trios match, FTR and Wardlow versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns from Impact Wrestling. We have the Casino Ladder match. I don't know how Excalibur does it so fast. I mean, I'm not trying to do it Excalibur speed because you guys want to actually like hear it, but you know. Casino Ladder match. Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Penta, Ray Fenix, Roosh, Andrade, and Dante Martin, along with the Joker. We have the AEW World Tag Team Championship match, Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. The finals of the Trios Championship Tournament, which will be the Elite versus either the Dark Order or the Best Friends. And then confirmed for our main event, Jon Moxley versus CM Punk for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Let's fucking go, man. What a card.
Let's fucking go.
What a card. So good.
Yeah, that's a very good card.
Can't even. Don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, I can't wait. So Friday night we will be doing our prediction show after our Rampage review, correct?
Correct. So Rampage is live, like you said, this week on Friday night at 10 p.m. It's going to be live, which is fucking awesome. Immediately following Rampage, we're going to do our Rampage recap, and then we're going to go right into our prediction show. We will be doing, like I said, I'm defending my Broken Predictions Championship against Forrest. You and Juan will be taking on 2 members of the King's Court for the inaugural Broken Predictions Tag Team Championships.
Yes.
It's a great time to be had by all. We encourage you guys to come and hear everybody's picks and get involved. You know, the more you get involved, maybe you find yourself in a match next time around, you know. We do this for the so you guys can have some fun too. But yeah, it's gonna be a really fun weekend. I'm expecting them to have an episode, like a special dark episode, probably either tomorrow or Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. Usually they'll do an extra dark taping before the live Rampage. Big T, to answer your question, Rampage is at 10 o'clock, so same
Yeah,
time
it's
as
at
always.
10.
But yeah, we'll probably get a special dark either tomorrow or Saturday. It depends on which dark they use. So we'll see.
I think what's cool about that though is I think it means that Coach is gonna have to see it live, like at the same time that we do, so he may be able to be here with us. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Oh yeah, well, Coach is always here with us on Fridays.
Is he? Okay, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, it's Wednesdays he's not.
Ah,
Fridays
right.
he catches an early stream of Rampage.
Okay.
He catches the East Coast show on Fridays, but the problem is for him Wednesdays are too early West Coast time because the coach is in the film room with his young boys with his team and they're having football practice. His young men, excuse me.
All right, so I think it is time for a game of 20 questions, unless you got something else for us here first.
No, man, I'm just really excited for All Out. It's again, AEW pay-per-view weeks are always fucking exciting. We get basically wrestling almost every night. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Thank you to everyone that is listening and watching, checking us out. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button and subscribe button. We are going to play video game 20 questions. Basically, as you can see behind me, I have a lot of video games. Jeff thinks he's a gamer. He's actually not. I basically pick a game off the shelf and we play a game of 20 questions. And most times, Jeff loses and he doesn't get it. And when he does get it, it's usually because Big T gave him the answer. So, yeah, I'm going to turn off my camera. I'm going to pick a game.
So while you're picking here, Miyoja has said, kind of off topic, but a tweet from TK has said that luck was now on his side. I wonder what that means.
Oh, I know exactly what it meant. It was in response to the awful booking on Monday Night Raw. Have been saying, there's been some real unfair levels of critiquing of the AEW product where it's just like now it's cool to like WWE. So it's like, oh man, now that Vince is gone and Triple H is in charge, it doesn't really matter how good the show is. People just want the show to be better, so they get a pass. So it's been like, oh man, AEW's ending, WWE's coming back, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good WWE gets. Just because WWE's good doesn't mean AEW needs to go away. That's not the point. And if you think that's the point, you're part of the problem.
The sign said in the front row tonight, just enjoy wrestling.
So I would like to counter that sign by saying, just enjoy good wrestling. Look, all right.
Sure. I'm sure he implied that.
It means what it means. Enjoy good wrestling. Don't just like whatever gets put in front of you, because then that's just kind of dumb. But enjoy wrestling if it's good. And WWE can be good. Yeah. I know I get a rep for being a big hater. I'm not. I'm not a hater. WWE can be good. There are things that they can do to improve. And if it's good, you should watch it. Triple H is being kind of slimy, though. He's kind of picking up where Vince left off. Not a fan. Not really a fan. All right, you know what, T? For you, so Big T asked he would like to see me do it Excalibur style. Before I close the show, I will try to attempt to go through the all-out card Excalibur style. If you're down for that, Jeff.
I was gonna say you should definitely practice a little bit and then do it on Friday.
No. I don't need to practice because if I stumble, that's part of the fun. So I'll just do it tonight. But anyway,
and that's why he put it that way. Everyone has their own interpretation of good wrestling, so watch what you consider good wrestling.
Right, exactly.
But yeah,
that's what I mean.
All right, let's get started on the 20 questions here. So I'm gonna start with my traditional first question of: is this a first-person shooter?
No.
All right. Is this a sports game?
No.
All right. Is this an RPG game?
No.
Okay. Is this a fighting style game?
No.
Alrighty then.
See you, Meduja. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. We'll see you Friday and hopefully Sunday. Appreciate it.
Yes, Miyoja, thank you very much. All right, let's get some suggestions for some questions, guys. Let's see here. Okay, no fighting game, no sports game, no. Yeah, right, right, Big T. I always like to ask that one too. All right, is this a Nintendo game?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Not a shooter, not a Nintendo game. That eliminates a lot, so that's good. Um, Not an RPG, not a sports game. Can I ask a question outside of these 20 questions of do you consider racing to be sports?
No.
Okay. So let's go with that question then. Is this a racing game?
No.
No, okay. Oh, I like that one, Trav Rock. All right. Was this an Xbox exclusive when it originally debuted?
No.
No? Okay. All right. No Nintendo, no Xbox exclusive. I mean, that wouldn't help tremendously, but oh
I'll be very
man.
surprised if you get this one. This is a tough one.
Of course it is.
Well, here's the thing, Jeff. You got to understand. In the course of this game, I'm going to at some point or another pick every game on my shelf.
Yeah, I know.
So you're going to get some easy ones eventually, but right now, like I'm going to try to keep my thing going, you know what I mean?
Gonna try to keep my 1 and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12
I'm trying
streak
to
going.
keep your ratio as low as possible.
Yeah, I get it. Let's see here. All right. Man, no racing, no sports, no shooting. All right. Is it for a console or handheld? I have to do. Remember, yes or no questions. T. That's like 2 questions there.
I mean, you can use it if you want. Like you could ask one and then we'll ask the other one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to waste 2 questions yet. Let's see here. What could we ask? Like, um. All right. Does your character wield weapons of any type?
Yes.
Okay. Should have been more specific, like a sword or something. No guns though, because it's not a shooter. I said first-person shooter, didn't I?
You
Ooh.
said first person shooter.
Okay, so is this a shooter of any type?
Yes.
All right. So I think we're looking at some sort of a third-person shooter here. What do we got for third-person shooters that he thinks is going to be difficult? That's going to be the tough one. Let's see here. All right, Juan, have a good night, sir. Yeah, that's a good one there, Big T. Is this based off of a movie?
No.
Right. Is this in a post-apocalyptic setting?
Yes.
Okay.
But not in Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I think so. That could really throw you off the scent though, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see here. So you do shoot stuff. It's gonna be third person, somewhat post-apocalyptic. So I don't think it's gonna be any of the Fallout.
I'll be shocked if you get this. Like I'm not expecting you to get this one.
Yeah, I would be surprised if I actually knew the game. I'm thinking.
You have 8
Let's
more questions.
8 more.
Yep.
All right. Um, could be part of the Dead Rising series. Yeah, not sure I'm even familiar with those. I think I've heard of them, but let's see here. So, is this on multiple consoles?
Yes.
Okay. Might as well throw a shot in the dark here. Is it part of the Dead Rising series?
No.
Ooh, there's a good one. Is it a zombie game? I don't know. Well, that would be Dead Rising, right? Yeah, no. Oh man. All right. Is this game part of a series? Like, are there multiple?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, no. Would this be considered a in the horror genre?
No.
Okay. Up till then, I thought Resident Evil might be a possibility of some sort there, but I don't think that would have been as difficult as you were making it out.
Maybe.
Where are we at? 5 questions?
You have 4 more. Breaking news. AEW might not re-sign Bobby Fish's contract.
All right, where's that come from?
Fightful.
Eh.
Apparently, Fightful reporting that Bobby Fish's time with AEW may be coming to an end. Fish has been missing from AEW programming in recent weeks. The reason for that is now clear. They're told that Fish's contract is coming up. He will likely be finishing with the company when it does, with the deal not being renewed. Fish last appeared on August 3rd, episode of Dynamite, when the Undisputed Elite returned. Trying to see this, just some fluff here to talk about what he's done. Hold on. Let's see if there's anything else to this.
That is interesting, though. I didn't think that would
Fish
happen, actually.
What?
I actually didn't think that would happen there. I always thought Tony Khan liked Bobby Fish, so
It too. I wonder if there's
good
something
to see him
that or
making
not.
decisions, for the better of the company, I would guess. Not that it is, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of...
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Anyways, we have 4 more questions.
Yep, 4 more questions. All right. Yeah, I was looking at Gears of War 2, Big T, but yeah, that's Xbox only. Is it? Hold on, I think I've played Gears of War on... I could easily be wrong. I just don't remember owning a Xbox, and I've definitely played Gears of War.
What did you think you played it on?
I thought I played it on a PlayStation. I think maybe I borrowed someone's Xbox, or I was at... Oh, it might have been Purple's brother's Xbox. Yeah.
Need a question, sir.
Okay, so let's see. Do we fight aliens in this post-apocalyptic-ish game?
No.
No, okay. Oh. This is a toughie, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know what year this is from. We don't even know what generation it's from.
No, you don't.
Man. All right, let's see. Is this from what we would consider a new generation console?
New generation being PS5, Xbox Series X.
Well, I would say like PS4 and above.
It's not new, but yes, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
PS4 and Xbox One are not new consoles, Jeff.
Yeah, I thought I said like next gen. I don't know.
But next gen would be the Series X and PS5.
Okay. Huh.
Anyways.
This is I'm not even anywhere near it here, so let's just So it is on PS4 at least. Ugh. I have no idea whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Do we get any hints at all? It's kind of obvious we're gonna lose this one.
I mean, Big T asked a good question in the chat earlier that you didn't ask.
Okay. I think I've seen him ask, is this a zombie game? Let's go with that. Is this a zombie game?
Yes.
Okay.
You have one more question and then a guess.
Oh, Metro Exodus. Metro's that one in Russia with the crazy ass zombies and stuff, right? I think there's just a regular Metro too, though. Or Metro 2. How many more questions?
You have 1.
Jeez. All right. Is it the first in a series of these games?
No.
All right.
All right, so I need a guess.
I'm going to go with Metro 2.
First of all, you are incorrect. Secondly, Metro is definitely just full on post apocalyptic.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, it is.
The game that I chose, released on the Xbox One and the PS4, also on PC, I believe, is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Okay.
So there you go. It is a multiplayer third-person shooter in a series. Garden Warfare, they kind of tried to capitalize off of the Modern Warfare big buzz back in the day. The Garden Warfare, and it was there are zombies. It's pseudo post-apocalyptic because there are zombies,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So yeah. All right, let me pick another one.
All right, let's do another one. Oh, it's a
Really
beautiful,
got you there.
beautiful night out here in wonderful Las Vegas, on the top of the Bellagio Hotel and Casino. I just teleported here from the arena, by the way. So while he is picking that game for our 20 questions here, how was everybody's night? How did everybody enjoy Dynamite tonight, guys? Yeah, well played, Rome. Plants vs. Zombies. I was not even close.
Nowhere near it. All right.
Let's
Picked another
fucking
one.
go.
Ready to go.
All right. Let's actually switch this up a tad here, and we're going to start with, is this a shooter?
I was gonna switching it up. No, it's not.
Because I usually ask, is it a first-person shooter? Now we're going to try the whole genre there, you know.
Gotcha. No, it's not.
All right. Let's go with, is this a sports game?
I would say no. Oh, that's kind of dicey.
Okay.
Let's. That's really hard. I don't want to lead you astray.
Okay.
I'm not. I can't answer that question.
Yeah, it's odd if we can't answer that question.
I will not charge you a question. I cannot
Okay.
answer that question.
Okay. Huh. So that's very tough to not be able to get an answer to that question. But all right, let's
If
keep
you want
going.
me to do a Google search, I can Google search it and see what the internet says and give you that answer if you
Yeah,
want.
do that. Just like how like people are like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Which it fucking is, by
right.
the
It's
way.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on.
So you can ask, is this game a sports game? I swear, if anybody argues with me whether Die Hard is a fucking Christmas movie.
Oh, that doesn't help me at all. It basically says what I was thinking. Yeah, I can't answer it.
Yeah, Dynamite did feel like it flew by tonight. I was definitely surprised, Trav, at how quickly Dynamite went by. Normally at 9 o'clock, I'm like, wow, it's okay, it's 9. But tonight I was like, holy shit, 9 flew by. All right, and what was that?
That's how you know it was a good show. I can't charge you a question here. I have the answer. The internet is saying exactly what I was thinking, so I can't.
Okay. Are you able to say like what the internet is thinking without revealing too much about the game?
It's a dual genre.
Okay.
So I'll say this. Yes, it is a sports game, dual genre. Charging you a question.
Okay. So, okay. With dual genre, so I guess I'm gonna kind of like think that's like a game within a game, right? So Oh man, I wish it would be Final Fantasy X with that Blitzball. Blitzball was so dope.
Hmm.
um. All right, let's. I think I'm gonna burn one with that. So like, is this a game that has a sports game within the game? Like, is that where we're kind of looking here?
No,
No.
no.
Okay. So maybe hmm, that's an odd one. I'm not too sure where we're heading with this here. So it is a dual genre. Okay, so huh. Yeah, let's do that one there, Big T. Yeah, is this a Nintendo game?
Yes.
Okay, it is. Oh, that's a good question there, Trav, but I don't know now that we got Nintendo. Okay, okay. Uh I don't know how to ask this other than to use like I'm going to use the word party like Mario Party style. Like is this a Mario Party style game where there's like multiple mini games within a game?
No.
No? Okay. Let's go with that question from Trav. There may be something I'm not thinking of in the Nintendo world there. Is this a skateboarding game?
No.
Okay. How many questions we got left?
You have 14.
14 left. All right, we got plenty. All right, so as a Nintendo game, let's just go right away with is this set in the Mario Brothers world?
No.
No? Okay. Oh, let's see. What kind of sports games may there be in the Nintendo world? Is there any Mario style? Is there like a Mario? I don't want to say Mario Soccer because that would just be like straight up sports. Um, did I ask if it was in the Mario world?
You did.
I did. Yeah, it is not in the Mario Brothers world. Um, yeah, Trav, that doesn't help as much as I used to think it does. Asking if it's a Switch game, like it could still be a 3DS and it could still be a Wii game, like it doesn't help as much as I used to think. Ooh, Splatoon? Is that a sport? It's not a shooter of any kind. Splatoon is a shooter for sure. You're shooting paint at each other. Um, man. Oh. I was gonna go with like that Olympics thing, but that's definitely sports. Sports are definitely Olympics. I did ask if it was a fighting game, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
I did not. All right, so is this a fighting style game?
Yes.
Okay. So fighting style with sports being a dual genre. How does that work? How does that work? Let's see. So fighting style game with ooh, a Nintendo, okay. I think the Quidditch game from Harry Potter came out on like Xbox or something. That's where I was going. No, so it's fighting. Sports is kind of sprinkled in a tiny bit, I guess. Oh, this is a tough one. Is this? I can't ask that. I was gonna say, is this another super tough one?
Is that a question?
No, no. So Super Smash Brothers isn't in the Super Mario universe. It's its own entity. Yeah, we could ask that. So is it in the Smash Brothers universe?
No.
Okay. How many questions we got left?
You have 11.
All right. Is this in the Legend of Zelda universe?
No.
No. Okay. Oof. Let's go with. Hmm. Man. Wow, this is tough. Fighting style, somewhat sports, dual genre. The dual genre is really throwing me off. I just can't figure out what that means.
Yeah, it's rough.
um. All right. Yeah, Big T, I was thinking the same thing just now. What's the name of that crazy game where you play soccer with the cars? Uh, yeah. Does this fighting game also have racing involved in it?
No.
No? Okay. I guess that racing wouldn't really. Damn, what's the name of that game anyway? I used to play the shit out of that.
Rocket League.
Yeah, Rocket League. Let's see here. Okay. Man, so tough. Yeah. Let's see here. It is a Nintendo game. Oh, wait a sec. So we have a little bit of sports mixed in. Oh, I think I might be on the right track here.
Maybe. Let's see.
It is a fighting game. Oh shit. Okay. Is this in the Pokemon universe?
No.
Damn it. God damn it. Oh man. Okay. All right, yeah, that's a good one. So, was this an N64 game? Nintendo
No.
64? No. Okay. Man. What is this dual genre, guys? Does anybody know any other games that you would consider dual genre? I'm sure it'll make sense once I've heard a couple other games. Um, Man, Pokemon, I really thought I figured it out there. The dual genre is like fighting, and I can definitely see Pokemon being a sports type because it is a competition. Um, it's not a shooter. It is a fighter. Yeah, how do we ask that question, Big T? Like, was it on an older or newer Nintendo console? How do we ask that without multiple questions? Um, let's see. Was this on the console? Like, or let's see. Was this? Did this come out on the Wii or a console before the Wii?
No.
No. Okay, so it's after the Wii. So we know it's at least Switch, I guess. Um, yeah, could be 3DS, all that. Let's see. How many questions we got left?
You have 5.
Yeah, we already ruled out the Super Smash World, though. Man, fighting game on Nintendo. Like, I was going Hyrule Warriors until I got no Legend of Zelda. I know
How's
that
that a
can't be any
sports
sort of.
game?
Yeah, no sports involved there, really, other than fighting. Huh. What up, Dustin Rhodes? Welcome to
So
the
Dustin,
pod,
make sure you
Dustin.
hit that like button for us. It helps us out. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We did hit 10 likes tonight, guys. Thank you guys very much. That's always my goal tonight, so I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Jesus, man. Let's see here. Nintendo fighting game. Dustin Rhodes, you know any Nintendo fighting games that are more than likely on the Switch that is somewhat a dual genre game? Ooh, not Star Fox. Star Fox would be fighting. I don't know how it would be sports though.
I need a question, Jeff.
I know, man. I don't know.
I need something. You gotta give me something.
Is this from a well-known franchise?
No.
Okay. So everything goes out the window there. We already eliminated the Smash series. Let's try. Does this game have is it one of a series? Are there multiple of this game?
No.
Okay, so we have a standalone Nintendo game. It is a fighting game that is a dual. Yeah, it's a dual genre game with sports kind of dusted in with the fighting somehow. That's what we're trying to figure out. It's on
It's a game that
Nintendo.
the genre is considered sports fighting
Okay,
or
so
fighting
genre is
sports.
considered
Fighting sport.
sports fighting. Oh. Man, remember NFL Blitz back in the day? That shit was so awesome. Sports fighting. Okay. Would that be how many questions I got left?
You have 4.
Okay, I was going to ask if it was a UFC game, but that's definitely part of a series. This is a standalone game. Fighting, sports fighting. Standalone sports fighting. Okay. Is there a Nintendo box? No, boxing is that's straight up sports. Damn it. This is so hard. Big T, where you at tonight, man?
Yeah, he left you high and dry. I need a question, Jeff. Come on.
All right. Let's see here. Is the sports in this game similar to one of the big 4 sports? Basketball, baseball, soccer, football? Or I'm sorry,
No.
not soccer. Basketball, baseball, football, hockey, I guess.
No.
Not similar to one of sports fighting. What the hell could we have that is sports fighting, guys? A Nintendo
Fighting sport. Fighting sport.
fighting sport?
That was what the internet said.
Ugh. Oh man, fighting sport. Fighting sport. Is this a Capcom game? What would that solve though? It's not any sort of a sport. Oh jeez. Yeah, I thought about UFC, but it's a standalone game. There's no sequels or any other games made. UFC was where I was heading as well. Oh, jeez. I'm so lost now. I have no idea. I wonder if I've played this one. Oh man. Okay. Damn. I'm lost now. I don't even know where to go for a question. So we
You
have
need
a
a question,
fighting
Jeff.
game. More than likely on called Beat 'em Up Bundle. Are there any sports in there, Big T? Let's try to figure out like what kind of sport it is. I guess fighting is the sport. It's called a sport fighting or fighting sport. Um I guess I don't even know what to ask, man. Is this a button masher?
No, not at all.
Okay. What?
You have 2 questions. I need questions. Let's go. We gotta zip this along.
I know it's almost midnight already. I'm falling asleep here. Damn it. Is it any sort of a card game?
No.
We got one question left, y'all. Big T, I'm gonna leave you this last question. We got to figure this out. Pokemon Duel. Yeah, it's not Pokemon either. It's part of a standalone game. Standalone. Not part of a major series. Ugh. Drawing such a huge absolutely nothing's coming to mind.
All right, Jeff. I need a question, sir.
All right. Is it a Nickelodeon game?
No.
No, so it's not that one.
All right, Jeff. I need a guess.
All right. I'm going to go with Dustin Rhodes' choice here of Nintendo Brawl Star.
What the fuck is a Nintendo Brawl Star? No, you are incorrect. Thank you for playing, sir. The game in mind, released on the Nintendo Switch, is ARMS.
Oh, that's that shit where you have those crazy ass boxing spring arms and what was the point of
Yes,
that game like?
So it's basically a boxing game where you're using the Joy-Cons to punch, but the arms are like super extendy. So you're moving around in a battlefield like space, and like you're boxing. I didn't think it was very good, but I thought it was gonna be fun. It actually wasn't that fun. That's just me.
Yeah, that's one of those games you have fun with for like an hour, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah. But it's a fighting sport game. So you see on the back it says fighting sport.
Yeah.
And then I Googled it and it also referred to it as a fighting sport. And I wasn't sure whether I should lean more towards a fighting game or like a sporty kind of boxing. Oh, I just realized I was not pointing at all at fighting sport. I'm sorry. There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
Fighting
No,
sport.
it still makes sense because the sporting part of it is somewhat of a boxing thing, but yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't intend for that to be a hard one, but it actually ended up being a really hard one.
Yeah, that game escaped my mind completely. I think I'd only like seen it once. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Dustin. Haven't heard of it since it released. I remember seeing the commercials for it, and that might even be it. But
yeah,
all
it
right,
was fine.
another 0-2 for me tonight. That makes me like what I think it's like 1-17, 18, 20, something.
Something like that. All right.
No one's
Anyways,
counting.
it was requested by Big T. I will do my best Excalibur impression, and I'm gonna run through this all out card again, and I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. It may not be accurate, but it's going to be as quick as I possibly can be. Are you ready, Jeff?
I'm ready, sir.
Coming up this Sunday is AEW All Out. Starting off with the 0 hour, we have Tomohiro Ishii versus Eddie Kingston. We have Pac versus Kip Sabian in the All Atlantic Championship. FTW Championship on the line. Hook versus Cool Hand Angelo Parker. We also have in the main card American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus Lionheart Chris Jericho. AEW Interim Women's World Championship match in a four-way dance. Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, and versus Hikaru Shida. A trios match, House of Black versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. We have the TBS Championship on the line, Jade Cargill versus Athena, Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage, FTR and Wardlow versus Jay Lethal and Motor City Machine Gun. We have the Casino Ladder match. Jesus Christ. Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Penta, Rey Fenix, Roosh, Andrade, and Dante Martin, and the Joker. We have the AEW World Tag Team Championship, Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed, Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. The finals for the AEW World Trios Championship Tournament of the Elite versus the Dark Order or the Best Friends. And our main event, AEW World Championship, John Moxley versus CM Punk.
That was excellent.
Ugh. That was rough.
We even got some yes chants in there with Bryan Danielson. It was great.
Whew. Yeah, Trav said Rome Excalibur.
Rome Excalibur.
That was hard. That's a lot harder than it looks. Props to Excalibur for fucking crushing that. That's rough.
Yeah, that's a lot harder than everybody thinks too, man. I mean, he flies through it. He's wearing a mask and he's still reading, yeah, that's Yep, good job, Rome. Good job.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us here tonight. You want to go ahead and close us out, sir?
Absolutely. I can definitely do that. Well, this has been episode 69 of the Broken Tables podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving us a like and subscribe or a follow, depending on where you find us. Thank you to everyone who stuck it out with us throughout this entire live show. We recap Dynamite, play video game 20 questions, and I showed that I can do it almost as good as Excalibur can. Thank you to everyone here live. If you weren't here live, what are you doing? Like, come on, you gotta get with it. We're here live on YouTube every single Wednesday night, every Friday night, pay-per-views. I don't know if Jeff is starting this yet, but starting this Friday, I believe our Rampage review will be YouTube exclusive.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff. Is that this week?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah, starting this week. If you're listening to us and you're not on YouTube, you are listening to the Dynamite show, the Rampage show, moving forward will be exclusive to YouTube. So please make sure you come check us out on YouTube. Like, subscribe there. Thank you to everyone who is listening to us on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and Anchor. You can follow us on Twitter at Broken Table Show, or you can follow myself at XGamerForLifeX. It is in the description for you. You can like us on Facebook and Instagram at the Broken Tables Podcast. Once again, we go live on YouTube following every single Wednesday night Dynamite, Friday night Rampage, and even pay-per-views. All Out week is upon us. We are having the All Out prediction show and recap show this week. The preview show will be here live Friday night following our Rampage review. And then we will do our Sunday show. And just a reminder for everyone, we are having our Broken Predictions matches, which is basically a predictions league that we have going on here on the Broken Tables podcast. I will be defending my world championship against Forrest. I'm all business about that. I took off the glasses and everything. The gimmick's gone, man. I'm just here to kick his ass. And we will have the inaugural Broken Predictions Championship crowned as well. I think Jeff wants to do a watch along for Clash at the Castle. I don't know if we're doing that yet. You'll stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter.
I feel like I'm gonna be here to do it, but if the wife has other ideas, it may change things. But we're definitely on Wyndham Watch. If for some reason we don't do the watch along, if Wyndham shows up, we will definitely be popping on to at least do a quick video or something like that about Wyndham. So we're definitely on Wyndham Watch, and we may see you on Saturday.
Yeah, you never know. Again, Twitter, Discord, make sure you're there. You'll hear about it. But yeah, I mean, until then, hope to see everyone on Friday. Have a great Thursday, everyone.
Absolutely. Excellent episode of Dynamite tonight. We will catch you guys next time. Until then, Top Guys out.